True creature stories. The forest creature. In a small village nestled deep within a dense forest, the elders told an eerie tale about an evil creature that lurked in the shadows. The villagers called it the Whispering Shadow. It was said that this creature could mimic the voices of loved ones, luring unsuspecting victims into its grasp. One night, a young man named Miguel was returning from a late gathering at a neighbor's house. As he walked through the dimly lit forest path, he heard a faint, sorrowful voice calling his name. Startled, he stopped in his tracks. The voice sounded like his mother's, pleading for him to come closer. With his heart pounding, Miguel hesitated, but then cautiously stepped forward. The voice grew more robust, its tone desperate and unsettling. His curiosity outweighed his fear, and he continued to follow the voice more, plunging into the woods. Suddenly, the voice stopped. Miguel found himself surrounded by an eerie silence. A cold breeze rustled the leaves, and shadows danced ominously around him. Then he saw it, a figure, darker than the night itself, standing just a few feet away. The creature had elongated limbs, twisted and contorted, and its eyes glowed like embers. Miguel's heart raced as he realized he had fallen into the trap of the Whispering Shadow. The creature let out a haunting laugh, its voice shifting from his mother's to a chilling, otherworldly sound. Paralyzed with fear, Miguel tried to scream, but his voice failed him. The creature reached out its long, skeletal fingers, and darkness enveloped Miguel's vision. The following day, villagers found Miguel's lifeless body deep within the forest, his face etched with a look of terror. The Whispering Shadow had claimed another victim, its hunger for souls insatiable. Moonlit Terror, my encounter with the Aswang. Nestled in the heart of the Philippines, our small community was no stranger to the stories that stirred the imagination of children and adults alike. Tales of the Aswang, a fearsome creature that emerged under the cover of darkness, had been passed down for generations, so I will narrate the story that still gives me chills down my spine. It was a night like any other, until the wind took on a chilling edge, and the rustling of leaves seemed to echo with a sense of foreboding. I lay in my bed, eyes fixed on the shadows dancing across the walls, my heartbeat racing in time with the distant howls of stray dogs. My skepticism wavered as my imagination painted vivid pictures of twisted limbs and glowing eyes. And then I heard it, a sound that clawed at the very core of my being, a mournful cry, a mixture of anguish and hunger carried on the wind. My heart skipped a beat as realization set in. The Aswang was real and drawing nearer. I moved to my window, peering into the moonlit darkness. A silhouette emerged, a twisted figure that seemed to defy the laws of nature. Its eyes glowed like embers, its movements deliberate and calculated. Fear gripped me like a vice. The creature's form was otherworldly. I could hardly believe my eyes. But the fear that gripped me was all too real. It was as if the air was thick with hostility, and the village held its breath, waiting for the inevitable. I felt an overpowering urge to hide, to lock myself from the nightmare that had come to life. But a different instinct stirred within me, a fierce determination to face this ancient terror head on. Clutching a makeshift weapon, I stepped out into the night, my heart pounding like a drum. And then I saw it. And the Aswang crouched over a lifeless form on the ground, its elongated tongue snaking out in anticipation. My pulse quickened, and a mixture of dread and anger surged. The Aswang hissed, its eyes narrowing with hunger and hatred. I wanted to move forward and hunt it, but I was too scared even to move a bit forward, and it started to crawl toward me. I took steps back as the creature began crawling faster. It seemed like it was waiting for me to come out of my room. And as of that next moment, I was on the ground, and the creature was almost over me. But I was saved. I heard screams, people shouting and running toward the beast to keep me, and the creature retreated into the shadows. Its hunger, unsatisfied, and as the village emerged from its night of terror, I knew I would forever carry the memory of that moonlit encounter. A reminder that sometimes the monsters of our imagination are all too real. This is Whispers by Dark.